Hello? Am I live? A different question. Am I alive? Which is kind of a good segue for today's topic, which is body horror techno bullshit. As you can see, I have my sketchbook in front of me. I had my birthday recently. I actually have no idea if anybody is watching yet, but I did have my birthday recently and I ran Mothership on it. And my friend actually drew this cover for me as a present. So thank you, friend. I don't know if I can say your name on stream, but thank you. He also gave me these frogs. Look at that. It's pretty cute. Yeah, they're just ominously staring at my sketchbook here, so I'm gonna move them aside so they can ominously stare from some distance away. The music you are currently listening to is the Thousand Empty Light OST, which is fantastic. I think it's one of my favorite solo RPG soundtracks, but there aren't that many of those, so in fact it's the only one I can think of at the moment. But in terms of like just RPG soundtracks in general, or dungeon synth in general, I think it's up there as well. I have the physical copy. Yo, Rexville, hello! Yeah, I wanted to show off the physical copy of this album that I'm playing right now. The reason I can play it right now, actually, is because the cassette is now being distributed through Heimat der Katastrophe, who I actually have an agreement with that I can actually stream their music on this channel. So I can play the music. And also I'm sure I'm sure Alfred Valley doesn't mind. I'll probably ask him after this. I hope he doesn't mind. I'll ask him. Anyway, gotta pick up at Thousand Empty Light. Yeah, it's great. It's really good. In fact, I wanted to show it off, so I'm gonna grab it and come right back. So, here is the cassette. It's very cool. It's a little bit different from the rest of the cassettes I have because I don't have the Heimat der Katastrophe version yet. I did buy it. But this one is cool. There's a code at the back here that I actually decrypted. I actually decrypted that code along with my friend, which was quite fun to do. I won't tell you what the secret code is, but you can figure that out yourself probably. If you have a copy of Thousand Empty Light and you're familiar with like programming XORs, as in the XOR logical condition. Anyway, basically that's a code that is an additional mission objective. So I played a co-op adventure wherein I, went through that. Not for my birthday. My birthday I ran another adventure. Anyway, this is the cassette. Opens up like that. And there's a mini adventure inside. Look at that! Look at that! It's got a map and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so, yeah, that's that, and I'm gonna put it back, hopefully intact. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in Thousand Empty Light. I really like it. I logged the entire adventure. And maybe I'll like go through the adventure and like what happened because I have logged it within this journal. But let me actually show off the book itself. That's not the topic of today's like stream, by the way, but I thought I'd show it off. Oh shit, I just unplugged my... Oh my god, I just unplugged my audio. Hopefully it's coming through again. What happened? I got new headphones, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully you can hear the audio again, but... yeah, this is the Warden containment system for additional Mothership modules, and inside, well, I got a bunch of stuff, but let's see, I think Thousand Empty Light is, yeah, there we go, it's here. Yeah, there we go. And it comes in this nice little dust cover. It's got this cool little reference sheet, and Alfred also threw in this zine here that I'm not gonna try to take out. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I don't know why I'm talking about this, even though the topic of today's stream is, drawing technological body horror. I guess it's kind of related. And also, I'm going to be setting up all the monsters for Mothership and Cyborg, so kind of related. Audio is back. Fantastic. Welcome to the stream, B. Okay. I got some stationery. I got some stationery for my birthday, but I also just got some stationery like a few minutes ago. I just came back from the stationery shop. I was like, okay, I need to get some correction fluid, so I got that. And I was like, you know what? There's some pens here that I really like, so I got a bunch of those as well. I got maybe a few too many. And then I was like, you know, I could get some paper while I'm here, so I got that. I was like, well, you know, like I really need a new like pen knife, so I got that. And then I was like, wait, that hot glue gun, I could use it for crafting stuff. I just went on, and I came back quite a while later. So anyway, today we will be drawing stuff. I've been trying to do this kind of challenge wherein I make a techno body horror thing every day of October and release it as a bestiary at the end. Yo, Grey Meta, welcome to the stream. So let me show you guys what I did yesterday, alright? So yesterday, oh yeah, I should probably preface this by saying that, oh, these are the notes from the session. But I should preface this by saying that this was initially for Marktober, like Marktober. Because I was gonna stat it for Cyborg as well. But I think I'm gonna stat it for both Mothership and Cyborg. So I'm loosely following the prompts from October, but I'm largely just going off whatever I think is cool. So the first prompt was skeleton. And I was like, okay, what can I do with that? So I started just doodling stuff out, like just off my head. That kind of looks like a penis. That's not intentional. I just want to point that out, that there was no Freudian slip here. None at all. Anyway, I drew all this stuff out, and I was like, well, this is kind of cool because I accidentally drew two humps at the back of this guy's back, which, come to think of it, is also something kind of that could be a Freudian slip as well. Actually, like, this whole thing is kind of fucked up. But yeah, I drew this, and I was like, what if I had a camel? But a camel, instead of humps, is a data bank. And then it evolved from there. And then I was like, what if it had these, like, things at the front that allowed it to plug in new data and, like, mutate along the way and stuff, right? Grey Meta says 9 AM here, so able to catch up with this one. Normally watch catch up with you pasting the links in Castle/Dungeon Havoc's discords. Oh yeah, like join the Castle Grief discord, everybody, if you can find it. That's up to you. I'll ask Castle Grief whether I can post it in the description maybe, but yeah, so I ended up drawing this. I did do a pencil sketch underneath this one, which I usually don't do, but I didn't have any correction fluid, you see. Well, guess who got correction fluid? So I don't think we'll be doing an underlying pencil sketch for this one, unless I'm a coward, which maybe we'll do an underlying sketch, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna get sidetracked a bit, but I got this book called Between the Skies, which is kind of over there. And I've been playing around with it. I've been making a Pied Piper kind of scenario for it. So I've just been doing a lot of stuff. So what is there? Why is there like an empty page here? I guess we could use this. I don't know why there's an empty page right here. Yeah. So let's get into it. Today's kind of prompt is Fang. Fang. So I was like, okay, fang, mouth, teeth, fingers. So I immediately thought of fingers, which is a sign of a... You know, I've watched too much body horror stuff. If I'm gonna immediately think of this when I think of teeth. But yeah, immediately what I thought of was, you know, lampreys or like something where the thing could pull you in using its fingers that are actually teeth. But I was also thinking of some other stuff, right? Like, how can I keep it still teeth-like while also making it like finger-like, and what will that mean for it? How does it digest its food, and what is it for, I guess? So I was like, okay, what like simple stuff first. What is it actually for? I was like, maybe it could be used as a sort of mechanism to reproduce. So these things can inject their way down into the throat and release some kind of serum, and that is a face hugger, basically. And I was like, that's too cliche. So I'm still thinking about it. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Other than the fact that, you know, there's gonna be teeth involved. Lamprey could work well, I think. But we have an empty page here, so we might as well use it. Let me move the mic a little bit. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. But I was thinking like a lamprey that is a physical structure, right? So what I was thinking was like a cabin, or a wall, or some kind of entrance into something else that's actually through a lamprey's mouth. Alright? So let's say like a wall, maybe? Or like, yeah, let's say like something like this. Like, it's very thin, so you can see the thinness of that, right? And by the way, this pen is amazing. I've been really obsessed with this pen lately. This is Pilot Juice Up 05, and I really enjoy using it. I got it as a birthday gift, but I've been pretty obsessed with it lately. So what I was thinking about was like, okay, what if we had a bunch of teeth on the outside, right? And you could see that this thing extends all the way into infinity, right? But it's like a magical illusion kind of thing, because like you can see that there's not much left there, so it essentially goes into a pocket dimension. I was like, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's like pretty neat idea. I don't know why I'm saying this, like I just came out with the idea like a long time ago. I just came up with this idea seconds ago. So I don't know why I'm acting like, oh, I came up with it quite a while back and I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. No, I'm like trying to brainstorm this on the fly, and I'm kind of zoinked today, so I might not be making much sense today. But that's kind of, I guess you're all used to that, probably. Let's see, what was the pen? Sorry, I normally use pencils and cheap Pilot V5s. V5s are really good though. This is a Pilot Juice Up 05. This is the blue one. And I was so obsessed with this that I got a whole lot of them. I got a shit ton of them, and I actually ordered some online as well because I was like, I need all the colors of this. It's my new favorite pen. I swear this doesn't happen often. Like, I think my favorite pen before this was a Muji pen, but this one has quickly kind of overtaken that in a relatively short amount of time, which is impressive, I must say. It's really, really nice to use, and I don't know, it just gives me a sense of joy to use it. I should probably zoom in, shouldn't I? Let me zoom in. Wide angle camera changed to telephoto. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this is a lot better. Hopefully you can see it a lot better. So I just want to like kind of figure out what am I going to actually make today, right? So I'm just doing a bit of sketching, but this is not gonna be the final thing. But the idea was like a flat plane like this, and it's a portal into a pocket realm. I think that would be cool. Yo, Caverna! I was literally just watching your video on Flight. Thank you for making it. It's a good video. I love the Juice Up. Got it in a pilot fair last year and was addicted with how smooth it felt. Yeah, it's really, really freaking good. I tell you what though, I also got at the stationery shop, I found out that they actually upgraded the friction pens. So I normally use these ones, and if you're not familiar with what a friction pen is, you can draw it and then you can erase it, which is very good for solo role-playing or just role-playing in general, because it's nice and dark, but you can erase it. Now, they've made it so that it's a lot smoother and easier to erase, but it's a lot more expensive as well. So this one is really smooth, and it's multitudes more expensive than the usual pen, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's better. What about some tutorial videos on how to draw? I love your art. Yeah, I keep thinking about that, but I keep thinking like I'm not particularly the best person for the job, which is why I made that video a while back about like best channels for pen and ink art and stuff like that. Because I don't know, I'm just not the best artist around, and I don't know if I'm the best teacher pedagogically speaking. So I'm like, oh man, I have no idea. I do want to eventually teach some art techniques that are maybe a bit more specific to what I do. Maybe when I get a bit better at them, or can articulate myself better. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the suggestion though. I have gotten that suggestion a few times, so I might think about it a bit more. Okay, so I think that's cool, but what I'm immediately thinking of, right? You see this part here, right? Like right there? I'm thinking that's kind of an area where we can actually bump out the shapes to be a bit more 3D. So I'm drawing this in like blocky form right now to show you what I mean. I was thinking of doing something like this, right? Where obviously I'll draw it more organically, but like essentially the tooth comes out like that. And I wanted it to be clear that there's this indentation in the wall, and it's kind of like going like that. Alright. I don't know why I drew it like this, but it's kind of cool as well. Yeah, I kind of want something where all of them feel like 3D and kind of embedded into the wall. And I want it so that you can see there's something on the other side. Like, the tunnel leads somewhere, but it's a flat plane, so it's like, how does that make sense? And the answer is it doesn't. I want it to be... Yeah, I want it to show a lot of depth, but right now it isn't doing that. Right now it just looks like it's on top of it, so I think I need a tunnel of some sort. I don't know how I'm gonna draw that, actually. Let's just try it. You know what? Wait. Let me show you guys a tool that I recently realized that I have. And this is great for drawing like hex maps. Look at that. You can draw a hex map like... I'll just give a demonstration, why not? You can do that. Right? And then you can move it, and you can be like, okay, I'll put it right there. And you can draw the rest of it. You can draw hex maps on any surface, and that's pretty neat. I like that. So, I'm gonna use this and try to maybe... I want something that is very strangely geometric and doesn't make sense in reality. Let me figure out how to phrase this. Like, I want to... Yeah, I think I know what I want. I think I want a partition in the wall or door or whatever that is clearly not part of the door. I don't know how to describe it that well, so I'm just gonna try to draw it out. Like, I want a door, right, which is normally seen as a portal into another room or something like that. On something like that, I'll draw a better door later, but I want it to be like this part here is so geometrically perfect that it looks out of place. You know what I mean? And then like maybe that kind of goes deeper and deeper inwards, like that. I don't usually use these things. I don't usually use any kind of guide, so this is new to me. Let's see. Will that work? Let's see here. Let's see. Caverna says that video on photo bashing was really helpful. I learned a lot from that. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad that it could help you. I was thinking a lot recently about like, you know, what is the goal of this channel and all that. And it's definitely to try to help people, you know, be more creative and make stuff. And, you know, solo RPGs are part of that. But yeah, I definitely want to help more and more people. So hearing that really makes my day. Thank you, Caverna. Brent P says, hey dude, happy belated birthday. Your last drawing for solo RPGs was gold. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And thank you for the birthday wishes as well. So I think that works though. Like that's doesn't look like a door. Obviously, I'll have to fix that. Maybe I could. This is just kind of a prototype, but I was thinking something like this, and obviously this has to be more fleshy, right? But like something like that, alright? And then there's teeth here, so like there's teeth here, and obviously if I were like drawing this for real, I'll have added some white space here for the teeth, and you know, made it a little bit more robust. You know, for this maybe I need to use a pencil sketch. Oh! What might be cool? What might be cool, right? Is a vault door. A vault door that is opened up. There's nothing in the vault, but there's a portal on the door. Does that make sense? Oh god, I'm finding it so hard to explain this. Maybe if I draw it out, like I'm thinking like something like that, right? Like this kind of vault door. Like something like that. That's a shitty cube, but whatever. Like that, and then like the vault door is open. Like that, right? So something like this. And then there's like a hole right there. And it leads to something, but not into the door? Like not into reality. I'm trying to draw a portal into another dimension is what I'm trying to say. In a very, very stilted way. Oh man, I don't know how I'm supposed to like show that though. That seems really hard to do. Oh, there is one more idea that I was thinking of actually. Yeah, there is one more idea that I was thinking of. Are you guys familiar with like programming? Are any of you like programmers at all? Hello, Jack McCarthy. Welcome to the stream. If any of you are programmers, you might be familiar with the concept of what is binary space partitioning, which is... I didn't think I was going to explain programming concepts on stream today, but here we are. I wanted to make a techno monster, so it makes sense, I guess, that I'm doing this. So, binary space partitioning is a method invented by John Carmack for, I believe, Wolfenstein 3D in order to optimize physics. What it essentially boils down to is that... Wow, am I really gonna explain the whole thing? I guess I am. Okay, so imagine that this is an entire 2D space, right? And you wanted to only simulate certain things in the space, right? So how would you do that? How would you know which part of which space that thing is to be simulated, right? So you can divide it in half, and you can be like, am I here or am I here? So if I'm here, you can just simulate this space and you can ignore this space, and there you go, you're a bit more optimized. So you are only dealing with the stuff here. But then you can divide it further. You can do this, right? You can split that into two, and you can be like, I only simulate this area. And then you can divide it further, and further, and further, and further, and further, and further. And I was like, what about this, but it's a bunch of mouths? Do I sound like a crazy person? I probably sound like a crazy person. Let's see. Maybe it can have an illusion in this whole like treasure artifact. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, like portal or something. Jack says I'm a code monkey. Nice. Caverna says to lure the adventurers to approach it. Yeah. Great meta. Unfortunately, my day job, which is what I'm meant to be doing right now, so I'm using this to work with. Yeah, I'm gonna be explaining binary space partitioning to you guys on today's stream. If you're not, for people who are not aware, programming used to be my day job as well. So, anyway, the goal of this entire project was to maybe introduce some programming concepts into horrific, freakish creatures. So, I wanted to put binary space partitioning in somewhere. So, I guess this is it for today. Like, we'll figure out how to make this thing a mouth. That's the goal for today. I think we can do it, actually. Sounds like Cyber Lovecraft. Yeah, actually, initially I was gonna make it into eyes, right? So let me show you that. I was gonna do it into eyes like that. Isn't that cool? But I think a lot of people have done this. But what about mouths though? Not many people have done this with like a mouth, right? Well, thanks. I never heard of it before. Oh, interesting. Yeah. It's mainly for people who are doing like game engines or game programming. It's used in procedural generation as well. So I was thinking like stuff like that. You know, stuff like if you're familiar with procedural generation, there's these things called L systems that can simulate tree-like behavior. Just weird technological concepts, but make them into a horrible cyber monster. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I probably sound like a crazy person. Yeah. So I think that's great. And what Caverna said, right? Like lure them into it somehow. So how do we make this into a mouth? That's the question. So I think here's what I think. We can do that, but at an angle, right? Like that. And then this can be like a doorway or something, and then we can just do the same thing that we did. Alright? Alright? Perspective. Right? Like that. And then, like here maybe, we can then go, okay, there's like a tooth right there, and kind of maybe protrude it out. Like that. And I just love the idea of a binary space partition, right? But it's made of like teeth. Or like it's kind of like spiraling inwards. It can create like this kind of fractal nature. Yeah, fractal nature. That's what I was trying to think of. You can create a fractal pattern. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to make the fractal pattern 3D. So I wanted the teeth to actually extend past where they normally extend to. So like, for example, like here, I wanted to be able to like go past that line, right? I think that would be cool. And if I drew this like full scale, I think it will look really nice. I don't know if the teeth thing works, but I think I can also like draw a tongue coming out like that, right? Okay, this idea is like, I'm obsessed with this idea. I think we're gonna do this. Good job. I just lost sanity from the very concept of binary space partition mouths. I did my job. Oh, how about this? Oh, wait, how about this? We can do it so that like there's something in there. Right? Like that. Right? There's somebody inside the mouth. Like we can draw like a hole there. I think this will work. So like that. I think, yeah, we definitely need a pencil sketch for this, unfortunately. We'll have to be a coward. Maybe some of them don't need teeth. But most of them have teeth. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good. The question is, should we have anything around it? Like, should it be a door or something? Or should it just be kind of floating in space? You know what I mean? Like, should it just be by itself? Or should it be a rift in reality? What should it be, right? Should it be on a computer terminal, maybe? That's too much, I think. How about... Yeah, where will this thing appear? Androids, and it could appear within an Android's operating system, maybe, like as part of the biochip. Yeah. Wait, I got it. Okay, you guys with me? Okay, I'll just draw a face, right? Like that, right? And this is pretty horrible. Like, this is gonna be a pretty horrible idea, so bear with me here. But it's essentially gonna be a face of an android, right? A bald android, kind of like, maybe like that, right? And then there's a chip here, right? And the chip, or like there's a kind of like access way into their brain. And on this access way, that's where our mouth appears. Like that, right? And then we can do something like this. Yeah! Oh, this is horrible. It should be behind curtains on the wall. Not a good idea. Oh, you mean this not a good idea? Or... I kind of like this though. This is quite horrible. I think this is like also I can like take out the red pens, and I can like start to like draw flesh into there. Host of tongues. Oh yeah. So like something like this, right? And then like there's a tongue coming out like that. Oh, my idea was not good. Oh, I think it's a pretty cool idea though, like curtains on a wall. But it should be... Oh, you know what? We could do curtains. But look at this. Check this out. Check this out. I got it. I got it. So, we could do curtains, right? But... they're flash curtains. Like, they're kind of stringy curtains. Like that. Yeah! Yeah, that'll work. And that's kind of like what's hiding it from being opened up. Oh, this is nuts. Yeah, and then like maybe we don't even need teeth at this point. I mean, teeth was kind of like the launching off point, but I kind of love this. Although I think if we're doing the curtains, we do need to make this part more obvious to show that, you know, that there is partitioning going on there. Yeah, we need to figure that out somehow. So maybe make it bigger, maybe... Yeah, we'll figure it out. This is just a sketch, right? But I think this is good. Like, we can make them a little bit older, maybe, like that. Yeah! I like the hole in the head. Hair curtains. Yeah, I think this is good. I think we can start doing a drawing now. So keeping this in mind, right? Essentially, it's a rift that occurs in some androids. So it like biological. It's a biological glitch essentially. That essentially like creates a cancerous kind of growth in androids, right? It's a kind of cancer that starts splitting up and making a recursive... Oh, I know! It's a recursive biological glitch, right? Because it's constantly going in on itself and eventually it will drive the person insane. There we go. That pen is looking sick. Yo, Caustic! Yeah. I think this is it. Yep. Like I think oh, that's such a cool idea. Alright, let's start. So I think we are going to use a pencil sketch for this if I can find my pencil. Even though I said we weren't. Because I think this is gonna be complicated enough that we need sort of... Where's my razor? We need a sort of like safety net. Where is my razor? There it is. Okay. Okay, I'm excited. Alright. So, we just draw a big head, right? Something like that, right? Like that. Actually, let me see. Like, I don't think I need reference for this. But... I think... Yeah, something like kind of an old guy, I think, will be interesting. Maybe like kind of a hooked nose like that. Just I think like some warts and just making them look really old and kind of like really organic. And then there's this like technological window into their soul at the top can work really well. And I think like wrinkles on their mouth area could work as well. Like just to show that, oh, they're really fleshy. They look like a regular human. No, they're an android. I think that could be a cool idea, like something like that. And maybe they're looking up at an angle. So like something like this, where they're kind of looking up at an angle, right? So the perspective is from down up. So we should be able to see the other side of the nostril there. And this kind of goes around like that. And like, oh, I'm getting really excited. And like the neck kind of goes up like that, right? It's like kind of a flap there, like that. And then there's an ear, which that one I might need to look for reference of the ear. But let's see here. Yeah, we need the ear. Maybe the head needs to be a bit less. like that. Then here is where we can put a portal into hell. Now let's see, tentacles out of the ear. Oh god, the thing coming out of the mouth will be terrifying. I've missed these drawing sessions. This is the worst Tinder date I've ever had. Yeah, don't you hate it when your Tinder date, you know, opens up a recursive portal into their own soul? You know, just by accident. So I think like, oh, wait. I got it. No, I got it. So we had that idea from Caverna about a flash window, right? But I was like, okay, this part is gonna be a bit too empty. So what can we do there? This is where the fangs come in. So the initial theme was fangs, right? There we go. Yeah, hell yeah. Look at that. So it's like that, and then like it's a recursive algorithm, so kind of goes down like that, alright? And we can maybe make an indentation. Have you guys ever heard of this thing called trepanation? Like historical medical trepanation? It's this thing where they were like, if you have a headache, you can relieve pressure by drilling a hole slightly into your skull. And it's this very old medical practice. And that's what this makes me think of. Like, it's kind of opening a small panel, right? So I'm thinking like that. And then like, maybe like that kind of comes out like that. And then that goes down there. I think that's good. Then like this can go out here, that can go out there, and then this can go out there. We don't want it to be too much. We don't like too many things coming out of it and kind of disturbing the vision of it. We still want the composition to be fairly tight and make it obvious that it is, you know, like kind of a fractal pattern coming out. So maybe we could do that, like that. Yeah. And then the rest of this, I was initially thinking, right, that these could be patterned up with flesh, but the more I think about it, the more I think we should just let the geometric pattern speak for itself. Right? So we could make it, yeah, we could like color it differently, but I think having the geometric pattern kind of speak for itself might work better. So I will say that this one probably I want it to come off here though, because this part, yeah, I think this is good. Then we could like have an indentation around here, like that. All right, let's see. It would be the worst if it came out of other places. Oh my god. Not familiar with, no, that's wild. Yeah, trepanation is like this thing that was just they will drill into your head and they assume that it will also like allow you to open up your third eye or something like that as well. I believe. I'm not super familiar with it, but it's nuts. Let's see. I think like something like that can be good as well. I don't want to hide too much of the other area, so I'm not sure whether like going across is a good idea, but we'll try it. If it doesn't work out, we can always just redraw the whole thing, right? I mean, it didn't take us long to get to here, so no worries if it doesn't work out, I think. Okay, I think that's good. So I think a lot of the drawing is gonna actually be focused on drawing this old guy up, actually, instead of like focused on the actual monster itself. I think a lot of it will be like focused on making sure the hit looks realistic and stuff like that. And then you look up and there's just this like geometric pattern in the hit. So you know what? I don't think that's a good idea. I think like we should keep it simple. So something like that and like that, right? And I think this is good enough. Like there's something there and then maybe something from here. Yeah, and then we could maybe double up the lines, make it a bit more 3D. But other than that, there's this recursive plating algorithm that's going on in their head. I think that's cool. So it's a virus of sorts that it's a similar virus if you've read the module Another Bug Hunt. Slight spoilers if you've never read the Mothership module Another Bug Hunt, but it's a carcinogenic virus wherein there's these crab-like things that appear as sort of a cancerous growth, right? But the thing about this one is that it starts creating plating on plating on plating on plating, which I believe we can... wait, now that I think about it, I just got an idea. This might be crazy. I'm not sure if this will work. Also, sorry that I'm not reading chat. Let me read it in a moment, but I'm like caught up in the moment. Let's see. You could put ghastly eye on a stalk as a third eye. Yeah, oh my god, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, kind of. Like, that was very, very close to what I was thinking. What I was thinking, right, was that each part can be a symbolic representation of the body part, right? So we can put like a eye here, but it's a very childish looking cartoon eye. Okay, that doesn't look that childish. You get the idea. And then we could like do a mouth here maybe. With like teeth. Oh, oh yeah, that's almost perfect. Alright, then here it can be like an ear. No, we already have an ear here. It can be mouth, nose. It can be a nose, right? So it can be like something like that. This also reminds me of another thing that I wouldn't Google, but if you're into freakish, horribly freakish manga, and you want to get nightmares, look up Shintaro Kago. They make a lot of freaky manga that uses these kind of concepts as well. Doctors named it the Carmack virus. Yeah. Okay, I think so here's what I'm thinking. Like, I kind of want it to be jutting out, so I think like something like that where it's covering it up a bit could be cool. And I think we need something for here, so to do another mouth, but I think the eye here could be good. Yeah. Okay, the eye is there, nose there, mouth there. I guess we could put an ear, but it's kind of hard to make out an ear from the side view. Let's see if we can actually do it though. See if we can actually pull it off. I'm not sure if my drawing skill is good enough to do this. Is that obvious as an ear? No, not really. I think maybe we could do oh, you know what? The nose should be 3D. Maybe that will help fill in some of the gaps there. There we go. Okay, let me just make sure all of you can see this. There we go. Okay, I think that's good enough to ink. We just need to figure out what's gonna be here, but I think some of them can be empty, it's fine. Yeah, I think some of them can be empty. Yeah, and instead of like it having like a thing coming out here, I think it's just gonna be veins. Kind of like that. Oh, that's freaky. Oh, that I don't like that. I kind of like it, but it's kind of freaky. Wait, and this kind of like goes out there. Oh, wait. Okay, I keep coming up with ideas, but I need to commit. What if, right? What if this kind of went like that, and it kind of kept going around the head, as if there was an actual like. As if this pattern keeps going, but we can only see this much of it. No, I think that's too much, especially if we're gonna do a recursive thing. I think leaving it like that is good. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's start inking this thing. Should we give him an iris? I'm not sure. Let me give him a bit of hair though. Like around here, I may. Yeah, like that, and then. Yeah, okay. I think we're good to ink. Okay. Yes! That's fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. Okay, so, colors. I think we're gonna do the rest of the outside as blue. Then once we hit the inside, we'll use the red. And I don't know if that will work, but we'll know in a second. Alright, I should erase most of this out just so that I, like, can see what I'm doing here a bit better with the pen. Because I find that if I have too many pencils, I can't really see the final result all that well. So I'm just gonna erase a bit of it away. Just enough to let me see just the pen, so I'm gonna start inking it. Okay. That's looking good. This is a crazy ass idea that I can't believe I came up with on stream, but I'm glad that I did. It's like kind of a perfect storm. Look at that. Okay. I really like drawing. So there's a lot of kinds of people that I like to draw. I like drawing old people. I like to draw like very fat or very skinny people. I like to draw all the extremes because I find it very fun to kind of like play around with anatomy and like proportions and stuff like that. I like to draw the extremes of anatomy. So old people are definitely some of my favorite to draw because you can kind of put in a lot of like wrinkles and stuff like that and really make it look fleshy, which I think contrasts pretty well, especially if you're putting a horrible little horrible little computer window. Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure I've made that expression before. Should I be worried about what's in my head? I feel like I make this expression like almost every day. Just a little bit of a grimace. Okay. I need to make the rest of him look a bit older if I'm gonna go for this. Okay, I think that's good. Of course, wrinkles in the forehead are a must. And then like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good so far. Let's actually do some light hatching here. Let's maybe make some shadows. It might have been a mistake, but we'll just roll with it. See what we can do about this. I want to try to make the entire face really in shadow, like there's a lot of like these organic kind of patterns running through his entire head. I think the light, right? The light is gonna be from here, like kind of top at an angle maybe. So like light is going like that, and then it's kind of coming down like that. Yeah, like that. And then like so. Oh, this music is kind of perfect for this illustration. It's kind of like tickling all of these zones in my head. There we go. That doesn't make much sense anatomically, but you know, it's an android, it's fine. Let's see. I think I'm going to actually put more of his face in shadow, even more of it. Try to have the focus be up here, right? So I wanna maybe put this part in shadow as well. Like that. And I'm not really referencing any kind of photo for this drawing, so I obviously will get some stuff wrong, and that's fine. Especially since I'm like trying to draw him at an angle. Also, initially I was gonna draw some hair here. I think I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna leave the chin hairless. The reason I'm leaving it hairless is so that old people have these kind of like wrinkles that appear in the neck a lot of the time, right? So I want to make that quite apparent there. Let's see. That's where I mess up. Hatch the wrong spot and lighting goes to shit. I can't save things like you do. Yeah, it's kind of something that you have to work at and practice. I will say though that like if you use a ballpoint pen quite a bit, that can help a lot, because ballpoint pens you can go in very lightly, right? And that lightness can contribute to the sense of value, but it can also make it so that you don't have to draw things super dark, especially at the start. So you can build things up similar to how you would with a pencil. And you can't do that with a gel pen, which is what I'm using right now. So I would say like if you're practicing, or even like if you like the look of it, you should definitely pick up like a cheap ballpoint pen and just try using that to draw. Like a big pen would work great. Stuff like that. And of course, like, it looks kinda, I guess it maybe looks easy when I'm doing it. But you have to kind of also remember that I do draw a lot of drawing from reference as well. So I have a bunch of stuff in my visual vocabulary that I can draw on in case like I mess up and I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna look. I can just kind of yoink it out of my visual memory because I did those studies and I kind of remember how things looked. And after a while, if you keep doing studies of like architecture or humans or whatever, you'll also start to gain an intuitive understanding of how to do studies themselves. So you'll get faster at actually learning how to remember the shapes and stuff like that. And at this point, I can do a few drawings of, say, some kind of animal, and it can be in my memory, and I can retrieve it. So it's a very nice feeling when you get to that point. And I will like say, like, keep at it. And if you can get to that point, it's all well and good, but, you know, like, it takes time to do that. So, for the most part, like, working with reference, especially when you're using inks, is a good idea. And of course I might mess up here as well, but I'm not as scared of messing up. Not just because I can kind of fix it, but also because I literally have like correction fluid. And also because I have the base drawing, I guess. Let's try to stretch it out a bit more. There you go. Are you gonna stick with the blue ink or mix up the inks like on the image on the left page? I am going to draw the inside completely with red. So I think that's gonna be fun. I don't know if it's gonna turn out well though. Like, I genuinely am not sure about the red, because the red might be, it's very light as you can see here. So what I might do is I might mix it with purple. But I want to use a different color for the insides. Oh, some hair stuck there. There we go. Should probably use some reference for the ears because I'm... I'll wing it. Thing like, yeah, lobe goes there. Sure, that's fine. And there we go, we got an ear. Or some semblance of an ear, at least. There we go. I still do think that like the drawing here, right? I still don't think it has enough shadow. I kind of want to build it up as I go, but I'm gonna start adding a little bit more into it right now. Like that. So, kind of like that. Yeah, that's pretty alright. And then we'll draw the rest of the head there. Here's a little trick, by the way, for those of you doing ink art out there. If you're not sure whether you can draw like an entire line or like you gotta draw a straight line all the way from here to here, that's really hard, right? Here's the trick. So if you're trying to draw like a circle, I mean, like that, I just messed that up, right? So a trick you can do is you can kind of do half-half. You can kind of stop there, and then you can do that, kind of continue there, then you can do that. And even if you mess up a little bit here and there, you can just kind of add dots in between, and it will kind of look intentional. And that way you can do a lot of very cool effects as well. And you won't have to do an entire line, which can be a bit scary. So if I'm doing something like this, right, I will kind of do that, and then I'll stop, you notice, and I won't continue directly on where I was. I will actually skip past it a little bit. And that actually does help me to connect up the stuff a little bit easier in my head, at least. So afterwards, if I want to, I can connect them up. Sometimes I won't want to, like here. I kind of think that that's cool if I did something like that there. And like there, I wouldn't connect it because the light is hitting that part. So it makes sense that some lines are going to be disjointed. Stuff like that. The neck should be thinner. I fucked up. Next should be like that, I think. Is that correct? No, it should be like that. Yeah, okay, wrong. Like, this should be like that. Yo! Look who it is! Hello! I'm gonna butcher your name. Cesar Kapakle. Did I butcher it? God, I really love the stuff you make. Is great. Against the Wind is great. The thing you recently released that's an oracle for the party is really good. Like everything you released is really cool. You did the push SRD as well, right? It's all really cool stuff. Also love like the design in your books, like the graphical design. A lot of like very tasteful use of public domain artwork. If you guys have not checked out, I'm probably still butchering it, but Caesar Kapakle stuff, please do. It's very good. Pretty close? Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. Loving your stuff as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's always like it's always like a huge surprise to me whenever like you or somebody like Adam Voss or somebody else like happens to know my work. I'm always really flattered and very thankful as well. A lot of the time. A lot of the time, always. I don't know why I said a lot of the time. Let's see. I think I want to shadow like here a little bit. That. Yeah. And then like here as well. I kind of think that if the lighting is kind of shining from there, we need a bit more here. Alright. Alright, I think that's good to go. I think that's enough. Time for the fun part, which we've been leading up to this entire time, which is to shade that head. I'm gonna start with the purple. Actually, no, I'm gonna start with the red. I lied. I'm gonna start with the red. This is kind of scary, actually, no? I'm gonna just try to... I'm gonna try my best to ink it out. what I want to do is I still want those divisions there, so I want to be as minimal with this as possible if I can be. But that might be impossible given the fact that the red is so damn light, you know? It's really light. So it's kind of hard for me, I think, to make a solid impression with that. I might have to switch to the purple here. But it might be cool if I did alternating red and purples. Let's just do the eye first and then see how. Let's make the eye a little bit more detailed, but not too much. Okay. Let's go with that. And a little bit of a stretch there. And then kind of going down here and doubling up as well. So I think like that, and then like this. Like that. And... oh, that doesn't look that bad actually. Oh. That might actually be good. I can't tell. I think I need to erase out the pencil markings before I can tell. That's part of the reason I don't usually do that many pen markings in my drawings. Because I can never quite tell what the end result is gonna look like, you know, without the pencil markings. Alright, I think that is... I might have fucked up the mouth here. But I think it's an easy fix. It's a bit too complex, so I'm gonna actually shade in a little bit of it. That's better. Okay. Okay. So I think we can start to erase this and see whether we got the result that we wanted. And if not, I actually have no idea what we will do if not. But let's erase it. Let's start from here and let the red dry a bit. Erase out all of the pencil markings and see which parts I need to detail out further. Because once the pencil markings are gone, I'll have a clearer idea in my head of what everything looks like. Hopefully the red is dry. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Alright, okay, let's see. Is that good? I can't tell. Is that good? I can't tell. Oh, sorry, I need to go. See you. Bye! Bye, Caverna. Thank you for coming by. I don't think that's good enough, so I'm gonna actually, I'm actually going to start partitioning it with the purple, which I was scared about, because... oh man, this might ruin it, actually. Is there any other way I can salvage this? Obviously, I could upload it onto my computer and then modify it digitally. But I want the physical to look very good as well. So I'm gonna go for it. So I'm gonna try to partition it with the purple and see if that works. Okay. I won't know until the whole thing is done, so I have to cover this section as well. Okay, there we go. And here. Up to there. And here as well. Okay. Let's see. That's better, that's better. Looks good to me. Yeah, I think it is a contrast. The purple looks good. Yeah, I think that did it actually. I think that's good. I need to make this a bit clearer, but Let's see. I'm looking at the preview on my computer because it looks a little bit different in real life because I'm looking at it from an angle. So I'm kind of looking at my computer as a preview. And I kind of like it. So I'm gonna try to see if I can salvage this. I think it's a bit too noisy. Maybe some edging so it looks sunken in and is missing part of the flesh. Oh yeah, I should emphasize that. Yeah, you're right. Good idea. Almost forgot that bit. Thank you for reminding me. Let's make it even more sunken in. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's better now. But the problem is that this part I think is a bit too noisy when compared to this part and this part. So I have a solution that might ruin the entire drawing. But, you know, fuck around and find out, right? So what my solution is before I actually do it and actually ruin the drawing is this section here, color the whole thing red. Because I think it should be simplified going into the smaller squares. And then color this part red, and then start like alternating. So I have no idea if that's gonna work. But let's just try it out. I'm scared. Well, it's always fixable. Everything is fixable. Let's just, yeah, I'm just like emphasizing the border. But let's actually try that out. This might actually like ruin the piece, but I think it shouldn't. A solution that might ruin everything is pretty much my whole design process. There you go. You know what? You never know until you actually try it. So I'm gonna... Well, I'm already doing it, so I'm gonna go for it. Okay, let's see. I think it's working. I think it's working. I think. Is it working? I think it's working. I have no idea. Yeah. You know what? I got it. So here, right? Just very, very close together lines. Kind of like do a hatching kind of thing, right? And then like here. Oh, I got it. So here, do that same hatching, but have the mouth kind of appear here. Okay. Then, so that kind of goes in there. Oh, I love that. Okay, I wanted to hatch it so that I can kind of go a bit at a time, but I think I'm confident enough that it will work that I'm gonna actually like shade this whole thing red because I kind of like that already. So I'm gonna shade this whole thing red and hope it works out like it does in my head. But you know, like if you don't take risks in art, right? That's kind of the fun part, like taking those risks. And sometimes those risks don't pay off. But sometimes you kind of surprise yourself and it's even better than you initially thought it was gonna be. So, you know, take risks. And if you mess up, the failures are kind of more important than the successes in art, because the failures are where you truly learn. So cherish those failures. This is what's also known as copium, as the kids say nowadays. They call it copium. Let's see. Coping with the fact that I can't draw for shit. Okay, yeah, I think it worked out. I think it actually did work out. So I think I'm actually gonna cover this whole thing in red. Is that good? Yeah! Yes! It worked out! Sweet, looks dope. Thank you. Okay, I need to do one more thing, which this is kind of scary, but I think the red is kind of Okay, I'm not gonna do it. This one I'm actually not gonna do because I'm a bit too scared. Even though I was just talking about how experimentation is important. I think it will actually ruin it, so I'm not gonna do it. But my idea was to put a very light coating of red over the top of here, 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 and here, and have the entire thing be kind of like light red. I think I can do that in the computer. I can't do that with a pen because it will be too dark. Unless I hatch it, but if I hatch it, it's risky. I literally just spoke all that game about taking risks. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I don't care. I kind of care. Oh my god. Does that work? Yeah, it works! Yeah! I love that. Okay. And then I kind of like alternated it there as well. And then like that, right? Right. Yes, it worked! Okay, the nose is kind of scary, but I'm gonna try to also like do the same thing for the nose. Oh my god, I'm so excited. That looks cool. That's something. Okay, I think this part here needs to be hatched horizontally. And then the teeth can be fully white. That's not a problem. But this part needs to be hatched horizontally. Yes! It worked. I genuinely thought that would actually ruin the piece, but Yes! Okay. One thing though is the eye is kind of hard to see, so I'm just gonna do a bit of purple there. Oh man, I'm gonna... Yeah, and then I kind of have to do that for the mouth as well now, but it's not a problem. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm kind of like looking at a preview just to make sure that I'm not seeing things. Okay, like here I need to emphasize the lips a bit, but this is going exactly how I wanted it to. Yeah, that's good. Okay. No more messing with it. I think that's perfect. Actually, no, wait. Messing with it a little bit more. I need to put a bit more shadows at the edges. Okay. Should I? Yeah. I'll just hatch out the rest here. Even if I mess up, this part is not as obvious, so... And a little bit... here. Okay, stop. I'm done. I'm finished. I did it. Okay, I'm gonna move over to the rest of the drawing. The less exciting bits, but also the bits that need a bit more attention. But we're basically done. I'm just like doing the final hatching at this point. Let's kind of fill some of this in. Take your head off, young man. You're indoors. Hello, Jack. Your comment like on that video, right, where you talked about my ink well being the sword of Damocles. I can't stop thinking about that fucking analogy. it's like stuck in my head. What's up? How you doing? Let's see. The hatching actually fits well with the vibe. I guess more than light reading. I guess more than light red shading would. Yeah, it works, and I didn't think it would. I'm so excited about it. I don't know, I just get really excited about like the stupidest things in art. And that right there really got me like really pumped about this particular piece. That might change in like an hour when I look back on this, but I actually think that's pretty dope. I like it. I don't usually get this excited by my art pieces, but I don't know, something about that really is really cool, and I don't usually do that kind of art, right? Like, we look at where's the previous piece? We look at this one, right? It's just fairly regular, like, I mean, it's cool and all, but that looks pretty abstract. I like it. Okay. Okay, I think we are done for the most part. I will maybe do a bit more hatching here and there later on, after I give this another look-see. But I think, by and large, I'm just gonna hatch a bit more here. But by and large, we are done. Done. I have to do a write-up on like what this actually is. I think we discussed it on stream, but like it's kind of a blur to me now. What did we talk about? Oh, it's a recursive biological glitch. Thank God I write these things down. I just woke up. How was your day? Could be better. But, you know, it just got a lot better because I drew this dope-ass binary space partition in this guy's head. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good day. Like, it wasn't so great to begin with, but now that I've drawn this horrible freakish thing, pretty good. I'm what some might consider a psychopath. Okay, let's see. Grab that there. That's it. I keep saying we're done, and then I keep adding to it, but I swear, I swear, I think we're actually done now, so I'm gonna end off the stream. Yeah, let's thank everybody for coming in. Thank you, Rasfiel. Thank you, B. Thank you, Grey Matter. Thank you, Caverna. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Jack. McCarthy. Thank you, Chilby. Thank you, Caustic. Thank you, Caesar. And I think that's about everybody. And Jack. Were there 2 Jacks? Oh yeah, there were 2 Jacks. Damn. Yeah. We're done. Hooray. I think what I'll do is I'll fill in the rest of this with some kind of like blue hatching. Like the background of it. Or have some kind of light casting. That's kind of boring stuff, you don't need to see that. Or I'll just fill it in digitally. But in any case, we are done. Thank you for coming by the stream. Thank you for listening to me say insane things. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye!